Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am so excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode for you, and I'm excited to do another Marriage Monday. I don't even know what the numbers are at this point. I've lost count. I'm not even going to try to look it up today, but we've been doing it well over a year now, and we are enjoying every second of it. I am joined with my beautiful co-host, Savannah, here for yet another one. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Excited to be here?
Always.
Busy day. Busy last couple of weeks. Everything is just kind of rocking and rolling right now. Brighter Benz is up and running. We started service this past week, and everything has gone pretty well so far. Actually, we talk about how bad my luck is and stuff. I was actually out cleaning can the other day, and the pressure washer just quit working.
Literally first week of
first week, but and it was brand new. Brand new. But no, it wasn't a big deal. It was just a fuse blew. Just blew itself as a safety precaution. So no big deal. Ran down to the auto parts store, bought a $5 fuse, and we were back in business. So praising the Lord there.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, that it wasn't anything worse. But I think where we're at in the year, where we're at in business, where we're at in life is just we're kind of at a big point. A lot's happened this year in our marriage. A lot's happened in business and in our life. And we try to come every week, Monday here, and just talk about a wide range of different things. And what is the goal of this show? The goal of this show is to just give you a real insight into our everyday lives, of the lives of an entrepreneur minded person who married somebody who had a career outside of this business, and now we're kind of working together to come into one and try to just grow our businesses, our family, and help people out along the way. And I think we have a unique story in the fact that we have not worked in the business together. Savannah and I have not, and so now Savannah started to do a little more work here and there, and that's going to be something that we get to add into the show. We get to add that side of things in and talk about that more often here as we go. But I don't want to forget where we came from, like what we got started in talking about, just how we handled the whole working two jobs, like you having a career outside of the business and then me being in the business, because it's been a big thing. There's been a lot that has been good, a lot of that's been bad. That's come from not bad, but just a lot of just challenges, struggles along the way that go along with that. But that's kind of what the show is. And in case we've somehow put out there that we don't really know where we're going with the show or what the show's about, like that's what our Monday is. And that's what our Marriage Mondays are. We love being able to do this and just come and talk about all the stuff. And we are excited to see what the future holds. So thank you all for tuning in and just kind of following along with us there. But today, I kind of wanted to get into one thing that is one of...
Well, just like one other thing to add to that. When you're talking about like what the show is and when sometimes it seems like we don't know, I think another thing that we're like really, striving to do or be or come off, I don't know, it's just relatable. So there's oftentimes that it's not scripted or whatever like that. We're just trying to be relatable. I think anybody out there, it's easier and more enjoyable to follow along with people you feel like you can relate with. And so us not always knowing where we're going or what's going on that's us. That's relatable. Like not everybody always has it figured out all the time,
Yeah, I would say the majority of people don't.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. I just feel like that's us being our true selves and like just where we're at.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And that's, if the show's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not like that. But that's kind of where we're at. And I think that moving forward, we're not really going to change much about that. That's just kind of who we are. That's what the show's about. And
always striving to be better, but never like not true to who we are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just who we are. And the conversations we get into, the things we talk about are like everyday real life conversations that I would think the majority of people have in their marriages.
Maybe they don't work.
Yeah, maybe they don't. Yeah, that is very true. That could be a thing. But the thing that I want to kind of talk about today is this is a big thing for Savannah. It's something that I've realized in our marriage, as we've been married for 3 years now, a little over 3 years, is the importance of quality time. And the importance of quality time in a marriage. If you're going to mess with the headphones, you got to mute the mic there.
Sorry about that.
Savannah's using the boom mic today because she thinks she's big stuff and wants to sit in the captain's chair. So she doesn't know how to hit the mute button, though.
Sorry about that. Well, I don't control the board. I don't know how to work any of that. I just sit over here and talk.
And fidget. What do you have today? An earring that you already dropped on the floor?
Yeah, I accidentally already dropped it.
So now you're in trouble.
I'm fine. I got the desk, though. There's plenty of things on here to choose from.
I need a big desk. Does anybody else run out of desk space? My desk isn't tiny. I don't know. It's pretty tiny.
It's going to be too loud. Can you hear this?
Yes, you can hear that.
Okay.
There's no need for that.
Okay. Sorry.
What you should do is just turn the monitor off. Turn it all the way off, and then you can just put the buttons on the monitor. No, the baby monitor. Right there.
No, I've already done that one. I'll do this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is gonna be a new segment of the show on Mondays. What is Savannah's fidget tool for the day?
Today it's the mouse.
So what I want to talk about for the 18th time is quality time.
Yes.
And you should be like on the edge of your seat right now.
I am. I really am.
This is one of Savannah's love languages, and we've been making an effort to spend more quality time together. We haven't been that good at it, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. We understand that though. We're not trying to not make it a priority, but at the same time we're being realistic with where our time allows.
Yeah. 100%.
And like putting our stage of life in perspective of where we're at. Like we have to realize the things that we're doing right now for our future is it's going to take some extra time, and it's going to take time. We're going to have time away from each other. We're just in that stage. We're in that stage, and that's what a lot of people. You're in that stage right now of building. I doubt we're talking to many 60-year-olds who are on the edge of retirement who have worked in their business and built it and grown it. We're not talking to many of those. We're talking to a bunch of people who are 20, 30, 40, and you're still in that stage of, hey, we're sacrificing, we're growing, we're reinvesting into the company. And one thing that we want to always strive to do is do that as fast as possible. I want to reinvest my time into the company as fast as I can into the companies and make sure that we get that done as fast as we can so that we do have more time freedom. Mm-hmm. Because our time spending time together is one of the most important things in our marriage. That is just what it comes down to.
Yeah, easily.
And we haven't been able to do that this year, really. We've gone on trips.
Here's our thing, too, is I feel like I've grown and changed my perspective on what quality time is. That's actually really good. Quality time does not always have to be. Now, there are times it needs to be. Don't get me wrong. Don't mishear that. It does not always have to be us sitting at a table or wherever in a room, sitting across from each other with nothing in our hands. We're
locked on each other,
and there's nothing else around or nothing happening. Undivided attention, I guess. But that's just not always the case, and that's not realistic. And I think once I changed my expectation or my this sounds bad. Once I changed my standard of quality time, it changed for me and it got better. I don't mean that as I lowered my standards as far as time together, but in a way you just shift it. And it's you learn to be appreciative of the time that you have together, regardless of what it looks like. There are times now where quality time is us while he's napping, cleaning up the kitchen and folding laundry, but we're still able to have conversation and get things done at the same time. It doesn't always have to be that romantic date and one-on-one time where there's nothing else in the world going on, but you have to be realistic. I'm a huge realist, I guess, and you have to put things into perspective and understand that that's just not always the case. Now, not to say, like I said earlier, that you shouldn't.
You do need to make
prioritize
time.
it.
You need to make time where you are undivided. You
Totally
need to make
agree.
time for that. But it's not. That doesn't need to be the only time.
Yeah,
because it won't be enough.
Yeah, but don't disregard the other times that you have together, even though you're getting other things done. You know, like, don't look at that and say, like, oh, well, we were getting other stuff done. Or, like, still take advantage of that. Still have conversations. Get the most out of it that you can.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that that's applicable to a lot of people out there who are in our position. You have one spouse working in the business, the other spouse either staying at home or working another career outside of the business, a 9 to 5. And it just goes back to what we've talked about and harped on over and over and over again. I don't want to go too deep into this, but it's when you're on the entrepreneurship journey, you're building a business, like, it's very, very hard to turn the business off.
Yeah.
And especially in the early years. Like we're in a position now, like we're in year 5 of Growing Green, and it's like I can be a little more selective when I call people back. A little bit. I still need to be within 24 hours, really. But it doesn't have to be like that minute, that 5-minute window. Like,
yeah.
That's just not, because we're at a place in business to where I'm a lot more selective with my clients. So, like, if somebody is just price shopping and wants it done right then that's not a good client for me, because we're not going to be able to get out there right then. I can promise you that. Like, we're booked out. So that's what I mean when I have a little more leeway. It doesn't mean I get to lack in my business follow-ups and skills. It's just like I'm looking for a different kind of client at this point. I'm a little more selective. It's not just anybody and everybody. We're back on ground zero right now with Brighter Bins. And it's like, anything and everything that comes in the window is like top priority. Like, we need to be back with them immediately. Like, we had somebody message today, and this just goes back into like customer service and just making sure you're doing things right the first, like making sure people are having a good impression of you. Is we had somebody message, and they messaged they wanted to sign up. We signed up. We sent a booking confirmation, and then they commented on a post that we made and said that they'd gotten something,
part
but
of it,
but
was not the invoice. It was like
they had gotten something.
There's an issue with it.
We're doing card on file with everybody, and they had gotten just the card on file part, not like the pricing info or anything like that. So on our end, in my head, I was like, well, they're gonna, like, they saw the website, they know what the pricing is, they signed up. Like, that's
a learning point for us today.
And we both realized, we're like, well, I guess we can't really bank on that.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have, like, what I was doing was, if they signed up through the website online form, then in my head, you've seen the website, you've seen the prices, you sign up, you know the price. So we're gonna convert you straight to a job. We're gonna book you, and we're gonna say, like, within minutes, this is when we're gonna be out. Well, now we're gonna have to start changing that process a little bit, and we're going to have to start sending a quote and just having that quote in there and just saying, hey, once this quote's approved, then we will send booking confirmation. So they have that quote there with a dollar amount in front of them, just in case something like that happens in the future. I don't even know how we got that far deep into that, but I'm talking about the customer service, like responsive to that person. Like, I messaged that person, I sent them a quote, I let them know the price, and then I talked through them with it, like 4 or 5 texts back and forth, and they ended up did not want to sign up for service, but it was like, we figured out what the issue was. He told me on his end what he saw, and then now I know how to fix it moving forward. And so he didn't think...
Well, and it was an issue, like, that we didn't even know about.
It was an issue, and he didn't mean anything by it, but the way that he commented on the post made it look like, oh, we were just trying to get his credit card information. And so I didn't want people seeing that post and thinking, hey, we're just trying to get credit card information out of people.
Not a good
So
look.
we said that straight, and he was like, oh, yeah, all good, man. Like, we're totally fine. I'm not signing up, but we're good. This is what I saw. This is what happened. And I was like, awesome, great, thank you. So we got lucky with that he was not, like, he didn't try to go say we're stealing his credit card information or anything, or just trying to take his money. But with us, I think a lot of that comes with us being super responsive and being in that window. So all that to say, we're in ground zero build stage of Brighter Bins, and it's like, we have to be so responsive. Like, it's going to be very hard for us to turn this side of the business off, especially now that we're both into it.
It's going to be such a, like, double-edged thing. Like, it's going to be so good but also have the potential to be so negative, because it's going to be so good in the fact that, like, we're both doing it. So it won't be necessarily like me getting impatient or frustrated or upset with you because I feel like you won't stop working and hang out with me or whatever. It's going to be like, we're both doing it. Or if you're the one doing it and I'm not, or if I'm the one that's working on stuff and you're home and ready, like, we'll just have a better understanding. Like you always will have had one, but I'm learning that.
You're going to see how important it is.
Yeah, but we'll have a genuine understanding and appreciation, like, oh yeah, that does need to get done. Like, that's fine. But on the flip side of that, I think, like you're saying, it's just going to be hard for us to have, like, even when we go out on those date nights and when we do have that undivided attention, like, I am a person, like, it is very hard for me to turn my brain off. That's why I don't think I'm, like, entrepreneur mindset, or, like, I'm not attracted to that, because, like, I know that I have trouble, like, stopping when I know that I have things that I have to do. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to pace myself well. I don't know how to turn off. Like, if I have stuff I need to get done.
That would make you more like an entrepreneur then.
No, but I don't have a desire for that. I want to be able to be off.
Yeah, you want to be able to be off.
We've talked about this many times on the show. I like clocking out. I like turning my brain off. I turn my brain off at a certain point. We joke about it.
Yeah, nothing gets done after 10 o'clock. Or it's pretty much whatever time of the night you feel like it. Brain's off for the night.
Depends on the night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm anxious to see how this works for us, because I have trouble with that. And I think
it's going to be very different. It's going to, and I talk about the quality time.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah, I would love to hear from anybody out there who has worked in a business together, how you've handled it. Because the quality time will look different now. The quality time will be us going over marketing plans and going over.
Well, it already does. Like, quality time for us, especially in the, like, when Jack was only a few months old and he would, need to take car naps, we would ride around with you and look at jobs and go on, bids or whatever with you. And we would have conversations in the car, like, while riding around. Like, that was quality time. Or we would get a drink and go, like.
I would say our marriage got exponentially better when you got to the point where you accepted that.
Accepted what?
Like, changed your standard of time.
Yeah, where I didn't need you to, like, not have a phone in your hand or not have anything else going on.
Because that doesn't do good for either of you when you expect that. No. Unfortunately.
No. And this, I think we've, like, beating that horse, like, we've already said, we're not like, you still need to have that time. We're not saying, oh, whatever's fine as long as you're in the same room, it's considered quality time. That's not the case. Like, there are still times when we're together that it is not quality time.
Yeah.
But having the understanding and changing my expectation and perspective on, like, what I can and have the ability to consider quality time is what changed it. It's your perspective. It's your view. It's how you are going to walk into the situation. Like, if we're home and we have a bunch of things done, like, you can either divide and conquer, or you can, like, which sometimes needs to happen, or you can work on things together, get them done quickly, and, like, have conversations, joke back and forth, like, make it more fun. Have that time together. Still get the things done you need to get done, but make best use of your time in multiple ways. Yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, and we do make an effort. Like, we do make an effort. We have tickets we have tickets to Auburn football. So we go to the football games on the weekends, and it was the first home game. The first home game we went to was yesterday, and we didn't take Jack, and that's, like, it's a 2-hour drive there. You're there for 3 or 4 hours. It's a 2-hour drive home. So, like, that's a good 6 to 8 hours where you get undivided, really, and you get to have those conversations in the car. But it's not always just, like, don't do anything. It's sometimes we record a podcast in the car. Sometimes we do office work in the car. Like, we still get stuff done, but we, like, so here's where I think quality time, when one of you in the relationship can realize, hey, we can still have quality time while getting things done. The reason I think that's so transformational is because, from my side of things, from the entrepreneurial side of view, it is, hey, this is not quality time because I'm not being productive. And that's, I think, from your side of view, you would say, well, you're saying you're not productive if you're just spending time with me. Like, that's what you would say. That would be your argument to that. But, like, just as much as you like to just be done and turn your brain off and, like, clock out.
Yeah.
The fact that I just, like, stop for an hour in the evening and just, like, sit here and look at each other and have, like, cordial conversation back and forth, it's kind of a crazy thing. Like, I want that to happen.
I think the difference
but
is,
I can't be doing that every night. Like, my time does not allow that.
But also, it's important to make, like, your spouse feel important.
Correct. I'm not saying you do the work the same level of spending time with them.
Yeah, and there are times where I feel like I have to look at you and say, like, hey, like, I know we got other stuff going on, but, like, I need you right now. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to be able to do that and have that conversation. But also on the flip side, like, there are times like you should recognize that, like, oh, it's been a while. I have worked like quite a few nights this week. We haven't had much time where we've just sat on the couch or whatever. And again, it doesn't have to be every night. That's not what you always consider quality time, but don't always make the other person ask for it.
Yeah, but you also need to have it the other way. You need to reverse it too. You should be saying that to the entrepreneur side of things, but I should say this to the spouse out there that maybe is not in the business of, maybe you need to hear this of, like, you have to realize that you have to give up some of your time when you are building a business together. Like,
no, I think that's what we've been talking about this whole time.
No, I know, but I'm saying the same way that we have to realize, hey, we got to stop and take a break. Like, you have to realize, stop asking so much of just like sit here and look at each other and realize, let's do some more. Let's sit here. Let's go have coffee, but let's do it and get things done while we're there. Like, let him work. Let him do things, because that is, when you let him do that, he's going to be much more receptive to whatever conversation you want to have. Like, he's going to be more open when you do that. Mm. Does that not make sense?
It does. I just feel like
we have talked about it. I'm just saying there is a flip side to what you're saying, and it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about the whole show.
The whole show is the flip side of that, of being productive together and still considering it quality time, but not feeling there should be anything wrong with saying, like, hey, we've done a lot of that type of quality time recently. Can we have some time where we're just not working?
Yeah, we just not do anything. Yeah. No, I mean, it's good.
And it's also dependent on you individually, like you and your husband, wife individually. Like, what are your love? You know, that's a whole other thing, is love languages. But whoever you are, like, married, quality time is important. Like, whether or not that's your number one love language, like, you have to spend time together to grow your relationship. So prioritizing that time together and making sure that you are doing that is important, and making the most of the time you do have together is important.
Yeah. Make the most of the time you're together. No, that's good. That's good. That's what I wanted to kind of talk about, is just make sure that you're spending the time, and because we're heading into another fall rush, like, you get through, you do spring rush, you get through spring rush, you get into the dog days of summer, you get repetitive, you just do the same old, like, you go out, you mow, you come home, like, you get in that 6 to 8 week, you get in that 6 to 8 week span of work where it's just like repetitive. You just go to do this. Well, now we're about to get into the fall rush, and it's like, sometimes the fall rush is crazier than the spring rush. A lot of you, especially for you guys up north who do snow, because
I have leaves. I have a different perspective on it if you did snow.
Yeah, you have leaves to get ready for and snow to get ready for, because they could both fall at the same time. Like, you don't know when the first snow comes, and so it's just like fall rush is about to be here. So, like, spend as much time as you can right now with your spouse. Communicate to them.
I was about to say, have those conversations going into that, because again, depending on how long you've been together and how long you've been in business, you might be knowing that's coming, but your spouse, might be off in La La Land, not literally, but they might not understand that's what's coming. That might not be on their radar. Make sure it is. Make sure they know what to expect. Make sure they have at least an idea of what this could look like. Just so y'all both have the same expectations going into these air quote rushes and like what they look like, because they look different for everybody. And the different types of years. Spring rush doesn't look like fall, stuff everyone knows. But I think that is the perspective that I sometimes bring. It's like, y'all know this stuff, but you can't just assume that we do other things. And again, should we? Probably, because we're married to you and this is such a big part of your life. It is our life. But it's better to not just assume. Have the conversation, even if you think they might know, still have it. And then you're definitely on the same page.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, it's just it's a crazy time coming up. Make sure you're on the same page. Communicate it clearly to your spouse that you do want to spend time together, but hey, this is going to be a 3-month window or a 2-month window here of, hey, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy time. And really do the best you can. And this is something that we honestly struggle with. And I really want to work on this, us two, and just kind of like our life, family moving forward. Like, we should live and die by more of a schedule than we do. We don't plan ourselves out far enough in advance and like actually stick to a schedule.
What do you mean?
Like we don't have anything that we do like the same day of the month, the same time every single week, no questions asked. Like our schedule changes. Yeah, that's literally it. Because somebody else puts that. Somebody else says, "Hey, you're doing this." Then, like,
and it doesn't help.
We have to make better standards.
Line of work is I work different days,
and I think that is literally the reason. Yeah. Like, it needs to change now that you're in a different role there.
Yeah,
in a much different, like you're much.
That's something we can work on.
Yeah, and because,
but I think it's so hard, like. Because we say these things, but then, you know, you are dealing with things and growing green. Like, your days are not predictable either. Like, whether or not you say it, but
they can be.
But they can't. Because you have employee things happen. And then one week you have enough people, and then the next week, you know, something happens.
Maybe not my day-to-day operations, like, of like...
I mean, we can try and plan on it, but it doesn't happen. And I think that's what's happened in the past, is we've attempted, and then we've realized that, like... You know, we try to make the plans and then crap happens and you end up going to work and then that throws off the day. You know, it's not on you. It's life. It's owning a business. There's only so much that you have like total control over.
Yeah. No,
not saying that you shouldn't strive to have some routine, but.
Yeah, I'm just, there's no like, I feel like that's one of those things that, but when you get that set though, like here's the reason I say it's doable. Is because, and we talk about this as more of another aspect, but like, we did 75 hard. Like, we did that.
Yeah.
Our crap had to be done every single day. There was no questions asked. It did look different. It looked different, but we should set up something where we say, okay, we have 10 minutes of undivided, 30 minutes. We did 2 45-minute workouts. We did an hour and a half of workouts. We should say every single day, we're going to have 30 minutes of undivided, like, just sit down, have conversations, debrief the day, whether it be morning in the afternoon, or plan for the day in the morning. If you do it in the morning, like, we could do that every day. It's just us taking the time to actually do it. And it's like, we could both wake up at 5 o'clock every single day. We could both wake up at 6 a.m. every single day, but we don't do that. And it's like, there are ways to get a set schedule. It just takes actual like consistency and determination to do it.
People talk about the 5 to 9 or the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9. Like, you're 5 to 9 before your 9 to 5, and then you're 5 to 9 after your 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's 8 hours.
You can have the same of that, but your 9 to 5 looks different every day.
Yeah,
that's
it does.
Just something we need to accept.
It does,
so
but
maybe
no,
we can
mine
have the
is
same 5 to 9.
Yeah, no, mine is. Well, that's what I mean here. Most people's day to days are too different.
But our nights are too all over the place to even try to do that.
But they don't need to be. That's the thing.
Not true. We make plans with people. We have like.
Yeah.
I'm not acting like we, have this big life. Like,
well, Savannah does have a pretty tight inner circle that you can't get into.
Gosh.
Brittany was talking. Brittany, we were talking about the other day. Brittany was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, we're not friends with Savannah. We don't talk to her every day. We're not in her inner circle. Like that's it.
Not true.
Yeah, but no, but I don't know. That's the thing. It's tough because you hear so many people.
On our 5 to 9 a.m.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I would love to hear feedback. Do y'all have something that you do every single evening? Like, maybe not even together. I'm saying, like, in your life. Like, you go biking every single evening, or you go play basketball, or you go play golf, or your wife gets a pedicure. Like, do you do something every single week?
Evening? Wow.
Every single week, every single month, something. Like, we don't even have anything that we do every month. Like, the third Thursday of the month, we do this. And that's what I'm saying.
Didn't we say we were going to, wasn't there something we said we were going to start doing? Oh, we are 3 weeks into our weekly meetings.
Oh yeah, that is true.
We have started that.
Yeah, that'll happen. That has to happen tomorrow. And that,
but
even that needs to be like, we need to have that is one day. That's 4 days a month. We should say on those 4 days, we're up at 6 o'clock every single day. It's 4 days a month. We should be up at 6 o'clock. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, and it sucks because it's tough. Like, nobody wants to wake up at 6 every day, especially if Jack doesn't sleep good. Like, that gets tough. But you got to realize, like, those are the things that you have to what you have to do. So
I know consistency
is key.
What is it? Discipline over motivation or something? You got to be more something like that.
Oh yeah, actually I've heard that said.
You got to say you got to be disciplined because
motivation
comes and goes.
Motivation ends like that.
Discipline over motivation. You have to be disciplined, not necessarily motivated.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's part of running a business and trying to.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I feel like that is true in so many more areas. Like, obviously, it's probably talked about more in like fitness and working out or whatever, like meeting those goals. But you have to think of it that way. Like, you know, when we've got these ideas and these plans for our life and financially places we want to go, like, stay disciplined, not motivated. Like when we're passing by and we want to pick up food on the way home, but we have food at home we can make. Like you can use even little things like that. Like you have to stay disciplined. Not, you know, I'm not motivated to come home and cook like ever.
Yeah.
But I have to stay disciplined.
Yeah, disciplined to stick to a budget. I mean, that's yeah, that's part of life. But yeah, I think that's a good show. The quality, a good show. The quality time thing is big. Like I think that's something that is.
I'm glad we got your stamp of approval for today.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, hashtag tons of value. I don't know. What?
Nothing.
Oh my goodness! What? Just say it.
Nothing. I really have nothing to say.
Why'd you make a reaction then?
Because I didn't know why you said that.
Tons of value. We're trying to bring value. That's what the show is. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Create quality time, spend quality time. Create quality time. What I mean by that is like determine what that is for you. Mm-hmm. Find that for your life, for your relationship. When you do that, your marriage will exponentially change. I can almost guarantee it. Mm-hmm. When you do that and actually make it a priority. So make sure you're doing those things, and I think it'll really help. I tell you what, we look forward to seeing everybody at Equip because Savannah's actually going to be there this year. Her first time. It's going to be super fun. The tickets are still on sale. You can still get 50% off with GG50, but time is running out. You're like 3 weeks away from not being able to use that code and paying $100 to get in the door. So if you use it GG50 now, you get in for $25, I believe. So still a very, very good deal. You should I highly recommend it. I think everyone should be there, and we should be able to spend time together at the largest trade show in the industry, and it's going to be a great time getting to hang out and network with everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in the show. If you enjoy it, if you think we bring value, if you think we have a little bit of entertainment and just have a good time hanging out and listening, then leave us a big 5-star rating and review. Those help us. Thank you to some people who have left some good reviews here this past couple of weeks. We're going to read those on Wednesday's show and give those people a shout out because they deserve it. Because you got to leave a review here on the show, and we get to read those and just say thank you. It's just saying thank you to everybody who has left them. So, again, thank you for tuning in the show and supporting us along the way. Leave us a big 5-star rating review. But without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.